evening. I'm Mark Wolf from the Rocky Mountain News. I'd like to welcome all of you who have joined us tonight and in our auditorium, and welcome to those watching on C-SPAN or on Denver Cable Channel 8 or via the webcast on RockyMountainNews.com. We're gathered on the occasion of the publication of Final Salute, a story of unfinished lives. Let me tell you a little bit about our format tonight. I'm going to introduce Jim Sheeler, who is going to introduce you to our other guests. Each of them will read from Jim's book, and then we'll have time for questions and answers. Jim Sheeler is a scholar in residence at the University of Colorado and a freelance reporter. He won the 2006 Pulitzer Prize for feature writing or reporting for the Rocky Mountain News. In addition to Final Salute, he's the author of Obit, Inspiring Stories of Ordinary People Who Led Extraordinary Lives. He's won numerous national writing awards, has a bachelor's degree in journalism from Colorado State University, and earned his master's degree from the University of Colorado. In Final Salute, he takes us into the mind of a casualty notification officer who embarks on the most important mission of his life and the page-turning journey of the families he and his comrades touch along the way. Please welcome Jim Sheeler.
Most people think that the most valuable weapon in a soldier's arsenal are their armor, their weapons, or maybe just that incredibly hard muscle that most of them have. But also it could be maybe that blank stare that stares at you from the recruiting posters. But for me, I've learned that in a lot of ways, the most important weapon is something a lot more fragile. In spending more than 3 years with the troops that knock on the door to tell someone that their loved one has died, I came to realize that there was something that was just as important as those weapons that they carry. And it starts with this simple white glove. I was given this glove when I was coming back from a funeral, and I was in the back of a van with a bunch of Marines. And I noticed that the guy sitting next to me had holes in his glove. And I asked him about it. And he was one of the men who does the rifle salute. And he pulled off the glove and he said, "Yeah, well, we do so many funerals that sometimes they blow out." And he took it off and he gave it to me. And he said, "Keep it." And so I did. And it came to represent to me a different part of the war. It's a part that few people see, but it's the most important part, I think. The glove, this is the same glove that knocks on the door. It's the same glove that would guide me through all of these stories of these families and into this world that a lot of us don't see, but all of us should.
Sorry, there's a technical difficulty with the sound, so we have to improvise.
Can we lower the lights, please? Can we lower the lights? Here it is.
Building trust and making sure that the family knows, regardless of their feelings for you, that you are there for them. My name is Major Steve Beck. I'm with the United States Marines, and I'm the site commander at Buckley Air Force Base. The Marines here have done a spectacular job trying to take care of their fallen brothers and the families. It's not something that a lot of Marines are trained to do. And we do it the best way we can, with as much compassion and dignity for the Marine and their families as possible. Each one of these Marines that have paid this incredible price, the price continues to be paid by their families. For the Marines here, the guiding principle is think about these families as if they were your own, and you do for them what you can, what you would want done for your family. On the way up there, what I'm thinking is I'm about to tell this mother and father the worst news that they can ever be told. So for me, it's about how to do that with grace and composure.
We pulled up alongside the plane. You never feel ready for a moment like that. When his casket came off of the plane, that was when it really hit me that this was real. Because you expect your husband, son, brother, sister to come home, and you get to embrace them, not that they're going to come home covered with the American flag. Major Beck had asked me if I wanted to place the things that I had brought from home into the casket that evening. And so I had a couple of pictures from the ultrasound, and I had a bouquet of flowers, his favorite perfume that I wore, and I placed them all in different places within his casket and put the picture of the baby over his heart. I wanted to stay there, I guess, as my last night to be with him. Honestly, I never wanted to leave his body alone, which is part of the reason that I asked to have the Marines watch over him 24 hours a day.
Jocelyn Burns and Robert Burns, Kyle Burns, mother and father, they live in Wyoming. I've just delivered some of Kyle's personal effects to his home. They knew it would be hard, but we brought them in, we sat for a while and talked, and they wanted to go through Kyle's things and talk about him, but we did it all together. They had questions for me, and I always write those down and try to get back to them with answers. No box should ever show up on someone's door with their loved one's personal effects in them. They should always be delivered by primarily the casualty assistance officer. It's important that we're there to bring those personal effects to the family members and sit down with them. Every time I get to meet with them, it's like a reunion. When we went to South Dakota for Joe Welke, it was about doing as much as we could to show his mother and his brothers that he was a hero in our eyes. And so we decided to put together a set of dress blues that reflected Joe's service, and to get his desert utility uniform, retire that along with his football jersey in a large display in his high school. And the coaches talked about him, about how he was a warrior on the battlefield of football, but then I spoke about his heroism on the battlefield in Iraq and how he worked and fought so hard beside his fellow Marines. And so we just sat there in the silence watching Betty Welke holding Joe Welke's combat utility blouse, crying her tears into it.